Welcome to How to RC. This is the Heron project. I've already run the servo wire for the elevator servo. Comes out here at the bottom of the tail assembly. It runs up here in the fuselage, but underneath the deck. And then up through a hole to the receiver. Now all we have to do, I made up these wires. They're 28 inches long, probably too long, but I wanted that extra bit so I could move the speed control further forward. So all we have to do is feed these through this little tiny hole, down the tail, inside the fuselage. This is going really well. I've done this before. I spoke too soon. It's never easy. Victory. Okay. I've got my wires. All of them. Run down through the tail. And I've already cut a hole back here. Now I've cut it behind this bulkhead. This is the assembly bulkhead 3. And there's one here at the end of the wing, and of course the one in the bow. Which makes the bottom of this, underneath the wing, this whole area in here, a sealed chamber. Shouldn't be any way for water to get in it. I made sure I used sufficient foaming Gorilla Glue to seal it right up tight. So unless you puncture it, it's a huge bag of air and won't fill with water even if you make a bad landing. I've already cut that hole. So now, if I get these where I want them, I can put this piece on the bottom of the plane and seal it up. So here's my so here's my speed control, and it's going to go here. The question is, where is the speed control going to go? Well, the biggest battery I'm running this 2800 milliamp, weighs about 8 ounces. It'll make it almost all the way to the bow, nose. I was actually planning to put it back here, so it'll stay dry. I think that's what I'll do. The 2 previous planes, I installed the servo in here, the way it was designed. I've already cut the hole and fitted this servo. See it in there? And then the push rod goes out the back of the nacelle, back here, to the elevator. But I'm seriously considering, because I'm considering putting it in a different way. Because I had a great deal of trouble with the servo in this location, the elevator servo, with my first plane. It's really hard to fly when the elevator just does whatever it feels like doing. So here's the rest of the tail. And when you put this on, you got to glue it on. What I would have to do every time I change that servo, I'll take my knife. This is a nice thin-bladed, serrated steak knife. It works really good on foam. I'd have to take my knife and start here and cut this part of the tail off, which of course is still connected to the servo, and then glue it back on. And that was not much fun. So the alternative is, I've seen some of the other guys making this type of plane. You figure it's going to get wet anyway. What they're doing is they're mounting it out here. They cut a hole in the side of the nacelle, pop it right in there so it's like this. And down here, and run the elevator with it there. So with the waterproofing techniques I've developed, I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut a hole in here and put it down there. All I have to do to remember is remember to put it where I can reach it with this wire. I've got to be able to reach this wire so I can plug in a different servo if I need to. That shouldn't be a big deal. So, you know, if you want to get a plane to go fast, you put a really fast motor on it and a small prop, and that'll go fast. But it doesn't have a lot of torque. It won't get you out of problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this. This is a Tower Pro 1600 kV motor. It's a 2408 dash, and I've got an 8.4 prop on it. It'll fit right there, and this is deck by not much.